That's PHAT, spelled P-H-A-T, which stands for purpose, hope, and truth. This is where solutions are discussed for today's problems in our country, in our communities, and in our lives.
Peace and blessings, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Talking PHAT. Well, listen, guys, you were asking me about this shirt. You know, what is it really? Where did it come from? And what is this faith thing? For all individuals that hustle. Well, we're gonna interview the creator of that today, Antoine Henderson, aka Henmusik. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good. Good. It's a beautiful Monday. Sun is shining.
Yeah, man.
And the faith is working. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, I'm ready for it, man.
That's it, bro. That's it, man. I want to thank you for taking time, man, out of your schedule, man, just to talk to us for a minute.
Sure.
You know,
and thanks for the opportunity too, man.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. You know, because I walked through this mall and I saw it, and I'm like, wow, it's just something that I had to have, man.
Absolutely.
For all individuals that hustle. So let me ask you this, because you have a story, right? Why don't you introduce the people to who you are and give a brief synopsis of your journey?
Okay, all right. I mean, I could be long-winded, so I'll give the quick version. But you know, born in Connecticut, I spent my first 13 years of my life up in Connecticut. My parents, they wanted to transition from that area. You know, grew up in the projects most of my life, and my parents, they came to Virginia Beach on vacation, and you know, so it was a perfect place to transition. It was a nice, beautiful area. It's like, look, there's a beach, you know, that's not too crazy, you know, it's not too expensive, you know. It wasn't too expensive at the time. So we transitioned in the year 2000 out here. So that was right before my freshman year. Got involved with, you know, Bayside High School. A football coach came knocking on my door. That was my introduction to football. That's what kept me grounded for, you know, a few years up until making it to college. You know, I went through, you know, the typical teenage stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I was always grounded. I was always grounded to do more with my life. My mom always pushed college on me. Ended up going to Norfolk State, you know, mass communications. Took me almost a decade to finish up there, but like I said, just.
But you did it though.
But I did
That's
it.
all
I did
that
it. Yeah. So and then you know, just being driven into being a entertainer, you know, music and film and acting, all of that stuff. You know, that was a big passion of mine, but as you can see, there was a different calling on my life. Not saying that stuff doesn't matter anymore, but right here, where you see me now, what brought us here together, that was the huge calling on my life, and you know, it was an interesting journey getting on. So that's to put it all in a nutshell. You know, if you know, you want to go deeper in any of one of those transitions, you know, feel free. Oh, of course, my foundation, the foundation is hip-hop music, of course. I like to call my brand of music righteous reality. Righteous reality.
Y'all hear that?
Righteous reality.
Righteous reality. Wow.
And the reason why I wouldn't put it in a gospel box, because and not to, you know, talk any low or negativity on gospel music, but I feel like most of the gospel music that I hear, especially when gospel merges with hip hop music, is usually like it's a box. You know what I'm saying? You can't use profanity. You can't. It's usually the same topics. It's usually like and I'm one of those guys. I'm real. When I say reality, reality is, look, I'm going to tell my story. I'm going to say it the way I want to see. Same way you go watch a movie and, you know, the director might illustrate certain negative, you know, connotations. I do the same thing with my music, so I'm not gonna limit my voice to say a certain thing because it might offend a certain group of people. You either rock with it or you don't. So when I say righteous reality, even when you hear me talk about reference things like, you know, drugs and streets and women and, you know, all the negative the negative attributes that might come with just being, you know, dealing with reality. I don't feel the need to have to box it in terms of, you know, you either listen to it or you can always skip it. If it offends you, keep it moving, you know. And I've literally, and the reason why I'm glad you asked that question is people might see faith, they see him, they automatically think a certain, you know, area, they think religion, they think, you know, but it's such a widespread, universal thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So righteous reality where, oh, that's where I was going with it. The righteous part is actually, all my music is gonna have some type of message to it. So that's where I was going. So if you hear any negative attributes, it's going to be followed up with a positive reinforcement.
You know, I really like the way you said that, because we pride ourselves on, even though we talk about problems, we never leave the subject without a solution.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's definitely a key component, man. And me being an old hip hop head, I'm still banging in my car. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
I'm 60, man. It's just in me. You know, I love it.
For sure.
But you've taken it somewhere with the righteous reality that I think is like steroids, bro, because it's so true, right? When you say life and you're talking about true life and how you live, you got to talk about those things.
Absolutely.
You know, you can't put lipstick on a pig. You know,
that's it.
A lot of times, you know, people want to accentuate the positive things, but if you don't know the negative things, if you don't know the negative things, you really can't see the positive things in life.
That's a fact.
What do you have to judge about, right? But that's great, bro. So from Connecticut to Virginia Beach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And Bayside. That's real interesting.
I learned a lot. I learned a lot quickly.
I guess you would though.
For sure.
But Connecticut though. So how did you feel? You know, you say you're 13, right?
Yeah, 13 going on 14.
Coming down here and all that you engaged with in Connecticut, because I know Connecticut is, you know, that's a city.
Right.
You know, much faster than what we have here.
Right.
Was it? How did that transition work for you?
Well, Connecticut was, you know, you got to realize it's where I grew up. It's smack in the middle. It's like an hour and a half from New York City and an hour and a half from Boston, Massachusetts. So it's smack dead in the middle. So I had a lot of influence from, you know, the Mecca areas of hip hop music and stuff. You know, frequenting New York City a lot. Got family there, but it was a lot to transition into the Southern vibe. You know, even though some people might not look at, you know, Virginia as the South. Coming from Connecticut,
we the South, bro.
It's definitely the South.
Yeah,
and it was
absolutely.
a different level of hospitality. And I feel like I fit in it well. I just, I say having more of a northern accent, like not such a New York accent. See, Connecticut has its own lingo too, where, you know, to the south it might have came off like I was proper, or, you know, people who knew nothing about Connecticut, all they knew was Yukon Huskies or whatever. Yeah. They say, yeah, I mean, isn't Connecticut just a bunch of suburbs and white people and stuff like that? And they're like, man, I grew up in the projects, you know what I'm saying?
You know,
like,
truly, it was like that until, what was it, In Too Deep with Omar Epps?
Right.
Yeah, it kind of brought some of that reality of what Connecticut was about.
Yeah, man, yeah. It's real, you know. My childhood, I could say, you know, even growing up in the projects, you know, in the outskirts was, you know, the middle class, you know, suburbs and stuff, and I had a nice balance growing up. So, you know, I had the project kids that I was growing up with, but I also went to school with a lot of like the well-rounded rich kids, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of the white and Jewish kids and stuff, and I would go to all their birthday parties, and they had scuba diving fathers, and you know what I'm saying? And they was all Boy Scouts and had swimming pools and all of that. But, you know, I'm thankful for that balance, because it helps me today pushing a movement that is universal, and, you know, it's for everybody. It's for all. You know, you got to be able to talk different languages and cater to different demographics. You know, so I've been prepared for it since a little child, man.
And it sounded like you had a good support system as well, because you mentioned your mom, and you know, education was key in the household. Right,
absolutely. My mom, she pushed the college thing. You know, I was, like I said, I went through my fair share of trying to figure out, you know, how to, you know, be myself and sustain through the peer pressure and, you know, growing up as a young black man. But what kept me grounded was I had a father too I had to answer to. You know what I'm saying? My father, still to this day, you know, is like always been present, you know what I'm saying? So it was always a certain window of misbehavior that I could, you know, get away with because I had to answer to the man, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely thankful for having that discipline as well.
Yeah, because a lot of kids don't have that support system, man, and it's real important for individuals like yourself.
Yes, sir.
Because, you know, I met you because you had given my granddaughter a job.
Absolutely.
And I came down here to support her, and when I saw what was going on, I was like, oh man, I'm loving this.
For sure.
So is that something that you readily do as far as, you know, the youth? Being real about, I know you said your boys.
Right.
And tell her, how many boys was it again?
6 of them, man. yeah. So, all boys from down, you know, age 19, 16, 19, 17, 16, 13, 12, and 8.
Wow.
So, I mean, I have like all different flavors and ages right there in my household. So I'm constantly learning through them and around them, and I'm able to get like that ground up information that I need about the youth because it's right there, you know what I'm saying? Even when it comes down to critiques on certain fashion and music, and like they're my A&Rs, they're my tastemakers, they're, you know,
brutally honest.
Yeah, they're gonna be brutally honest. Like, nah, that's not gonna fly, man. So I have a natural connection to the youth because my motto is, you know, I can't control the decisions that my kids make when they're not under, you know, my guidance. But if I'm influencing the world, if I'm influencing youth around the world and bringing a positive energy, no matter where it is, if I can be a positive light to fashion, to pop culture, then I can trust my kids being out there in a society that I'm helping push forward. You know what I'm saying?
I do, brother. You know, and it's about kids having options.
Right.
You know,
right.
And as they grow up and you begin and you plant those seeds and they see what you're doing, you know, you now they have something to aim for.
Absolutely.
You know, Dad was here, but I'm gonna be here. And look, you was being here, brother. You've done a lot.
For sure.
You know, so we make a transition. You know, to Connecticut, raising your boys, you know, the family. Now let's talk business.
Okay.
You said something to me that I think was it's not something that I hear often as a commercial loan officer. Typically, when I'm engaging people and talking about business, you know, they're trying to figure out how I can help them get money, right?
Right.
But you said to me that you've been blessed to be in business. How long?
March will be my 5th year.
5 years in business. Never had to take out a loan to do anything that you needed to do. That you've been able to self-sustain your business yourself.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about that journey, man. So you went from the rap game into fashion.
Right.
So was it that you made a lot of money in rap and you didn't need it? So, but how did you get to
the team thing? But we were learning. We were young. We were learning. You know, I think I was in my I was like 32 when I first started this. But we have been pushing that maybe 4 years prior to it. But so transitioning into this was more of a calling. I didn't aspire this to happen or see this happening. But make a long story short, we had some differences, you know. No hard feelings. It was a part of the growth. It was a part of the process to get to where I had to go to get here now. And so looking back at it, I had to go through that to learn the business, learn retail, learn how to deal with the mall, learn about human interaction in this type of environment. And that was through selling another, you know, product. So when we had our disagreements and we decided to no longer conduct business together, it's still, you know, that's one thing about being an aspiring artist, you know, there's not too much equity in the music. You know, it's more of a passion thing. It's more of a gift, and I use it to my advantage as best as possible. But at the end of the day, that don't pay bills like it should. At least not at this stage of it. And I mean, even your top artists in the game, they're not solely living off their music, but it's the additions that come with it. You know what I'm saying? So I always look at it like the music is more like the sound score to my life. It's the sound score to the products that we're able to come up with. So whether it's a product, whether it's your music is an influence to get you in certain doors to speak to people, you know, it's a platform. It's in us, you know what I'm saying? It was gifted to us, and you know, that gift is to share with the world. So as it relates to the business part of it, you know, merchandise and that is everything. And I'm trying not to like use the word merch, because this is not merch. This is really a brand. It's a brand, but it also goes hand in hand with the music. So when you, if you look at artists like Nipsey Hussle, you know, sleep in peace, you know, brother. What Nipsey Hussle did was he showed how music and fashion could go hand in hand with each other. It's the same thing, you know what I mean?
Well, we talk about music and fashion. You know who we got to bring up?
Oh.
Kanye. You got to bring up Kanye.
Okay. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, he definitely did his thing.
Absolutely.
When he came to it, you know, unapologetically as well.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
So when you look at your business and, you know, Faith, for all individuals that hustle, where did that actual logo or that brand or saying come from?
Honestly, it was a time in my life where, like, even when I started this kiosk, I was selling another brand. I was helping, you know, a good friend, a good brother of mine, you know, still to this day, it's my brother. Like, we started off making music together. My brother Uriah, and he had a brand called Grind and Pray, and I was selling that here first before this was even a concept. With that process is when I started learning retail. You know, me just serving my bro and helping push his product. You know, I invested in his kiosk, sold his product. It was like, that's still my brother, but we just like, we decided not to conduct business together. So at the time, I was still stuck in a lease with my kiosk. And let's rewind a little bit. When we were going through things in our learning process, and I was trying to figure out ways to, you know, look, I'm gonna have to create something else to really help me get my own bread as well too, as I'm helping push another product. You know what I'm saying? Sure. It's just like if I'm selling Nike or Adidas and I still got my own stuff on the side, you know what I'm saying? Like, what can I do while I'm pushing this? And I looked at that product the same way. So I remember one day I was just driving in the city of Norfolk. I'm over there on around Colley Ave, and I remember thinking, like, it just hit me. It's like, look, you stand on faith. You know what I mean? Faith. And how can I break that down into an acronym? For all, and just, I'm like, for all, and I'm looking up in the sky for all individuals. I'm trying to pull out the words from the clouds. For all individuals that's hustling. That's the first thing that came to me. For all individuals that's hustling. I'm like, woo. All right, let me sit on it for a little while. Then I ended up telling like a good friend of mine, I'm like, yo, I want to start my own brand. And I want to call it Faith, for all individuals that's hustling. And he was like, yo, that's dope. That sounds good, man. But he was like, just switch it up a little bit. Because for all individuals that's hustling, that sounds like one demographic. That sounds just street. He's like, but for all individuals that hustle, period. You know, throw the period up there, because everybody got to hustle. Everybody got to have faith. And if you know, if you don't hustle, then that faith, is, you know, it ain't real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, ooh, for all individuals that hustle, period, because now you're including the street guy, you're including doctors, you're including lawyers, you're exotic dancers, retail owners, basketball players, animators, you know, college professors, kindergarten teachers, the ice cream truck driver, you know what I'm saying? And keep them going. Everybody needs it, you know what I'm saying? So, and it fit for what I was going through at that time, where it was just like, I ain't gonna lie, when my first month in here in business, I probably made like 10 grand. My first month, you know, this is March of 2019, so this is prior to COVID. This is around income tax returns and black support and all of that. So I did really good. The next month I probably made like 8,000. But guess what? That third month, I was $700 short of my rent at home. I made sure Lynn Haven got their money, but I was short $700 at the crib, so I had to drop my kids off different places and stuff. I had lights off for about a couple weeks, and you know, and it didn't look like that at first. It looked like, yo, 10 grand, 8 grand. Oh, I made it. But that third month was different. Then I realized what it was. I wasn't a salesman at first when I came into it. You know, it was people just genuinely supporting. It was something new, and like I said, the season just brought a lot of energy. But so I didn't really have to do too much, but just be present, and people come up, and I just tell them what it was, and that was it. But it was that third month, man, where when I'm sitting here, I was like, you know what? I can't do this, you know, like, and what ended up happening, the next person that walked by said, look, I don't care who they are, what they look like, what they smell like, I just gotta, hey, how you doing? I like your shoes, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you got a chance to check out the brand? I just had to start throwing the rod out there, throwing the fishing rod out there, you know what I'm saying? And bait them in, and the least that they can do is say, no, thank you, or ignore them, you know?
That's definitely key to any type of business endeavor. First of all, I tell clients to say you got to crawl, you walk, and you run. You know, because like you say, your first couple months, hey, everything is great, that initial momentum, but what do you do when that momentum runs down? Then you feel that weight on your shoulders, because it's not as easy as it was a few days ago.
Exactly.
You know, it seemed like I didn't have to do anything, and people were just showing, but now people are walking by.
Right.
And that inner spirit inside says, hey, let's put that hustle to work.
Right, absolutely.
You know, along with that faith, man. So I definitely get that, brother.
And that was all, and that story is all before Faith clothing brand was even in, and so this is what I was going through with the last brand.
Oh, so this is when you said
this
you
was
was with your partner,
yeah.
You had the kiosk.
Right, so that's what made the season so necessary to learn, is to learn that this has to be the brand, because in that situation it's like, yo, what do I do?
You had to hustle.
I literally, and I had to have that faith that I was going to sustain, but I had to hustle too. And that's what I learned you know, I had to embody it first before the universe could actually align me up with.
Man, you gotta say
This is the
again.
brand.
That was flames.
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
brother.
You know, I had to.
I'm gonna put some fire around you.
No doubt, no doubt. But yeah, like I'll repeat it. I had to embody it first before the universe could align me up to be responsible for something of this magnitude,
Wow.
man. You had to live it, man.
You had to be it.
Yeah.
Before you could become it.
That's it, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
awesome, man. That is awesome. I love the way you said that I had to embody it before the universe would allow you to present it.
That's what makes the like, for example, the best NBA coaches played in the NBA at one point. You know what I'm saying? They play for professional basketball, so they understand it a little more, you know what I'm saying, than the average person who just studied it from afar. But once you're actually in it, it qualifies you to actually represent it.
I did. And, okay, so with that being said, man, something came to mind that kind of mirrors that. And we'll go back to the boards. You know, you got your boards, and, you know, I've seen individuals that try to give their insight to raising kids, but they've never had kids.
Right.
You know, they've read books, you know, okay, you got the theory,
Right,
but
right.
when you learn through the practical application, you're able to take it that much further, man.
Yeah,
and that
absolutely.
is what I hear you saying. You know, I had a thought, but then I had to live it.
That's it.
Then I became it. And this is what we have today.
This is what we have today. Yeah.
Wow, this is awesome, brother. So,
For sure.
look, brother, look, man. So, you know, coming on this show, and first of all, I gotta say again, thank you, brother, man. This has been real enlightening as to who you are as a person. Now I see, bro. Because look, I don't think I've come down the mall and not seen you here.
Right.
You own your ground, for sure. But man, you know, one of the prerequisites to coming on and talking fat is you have to bring what we call the sauce. And the sauce is some public information. It's not public knowledge. It's some information that the guys out there can take and put into action in their lives almost immediately. So, Hen, what sauce you got for us today?
All right, for sure. I'll say this.
Go on and tell me.
In a society where it's a lot of monkey see, monkey do, where, and not saying that people are necessarily doing it to copy, maybe they might be inspired and they wish they could do something, whether it's, they see a booming of photographers, people getting cameras and want to be a photographer. They're like, oh, I can do this too, you know, let me go be a photographer, you know, or they might see a video, oh, I want to make videos, or as it relates to what we're sitting here talking about now, oh, I'm gonna start a brand too. I'm gonna start a clothing brand too. So being in here almost 5 years, I meet a lot of people. I realize that a lot of people are inspired, especially when they see somebody like me, actually making it look easy or making it look like, yo, it's attainable. If he can do it, I can do it too. So when people ask me how to get started with something like this, one of the first questions I ask is this your calling? You gotta understand what your calling is first. Because we have things that we're passionate about and that we would like to put our foot in, and then we got things that is our literal calling. You know what I'm saying? Figure out what your calling is first. What is your purpose? What are you supposed to be here doing on this planet? Because everybody has a purpose. What's your purpose? Figure that out. And if you wanting to make a brand aligns with your purpose, then do that. And it won't have to be you wouldn't have to think about it too hard. It would naturally, organically come. You know what I'm saying? So when people want to start a brand, make sure it has some substance to it. Don't do it just because you see it working for somebody that was actually called out to do it that actually put the footwork in, that actually figured out. They had to go through the darkness to actually find the light. So when people ask about faith, or when people talk about faith, right? I don't want to hear about your faith in all the light and all the good that comes from it. I want to hear about your darkness. I want to hear about the times you was ready to give up. Times where you felt like you just couldn't move no more. You just wanted to throw it all away. Because that's going to happen. And if that don't happen, then your faith ain't even real. Because faith has to get tested.
Yes.
Your faith got to get tested. So I don't care what it is. If it's you want to join the army, if you want to be a professional. I'm sorry, I accidentally hit the button. But if you want to be join the army, if you want to be a professional athlete, you want to start your own business, you want to be an actor, all of that is gonna get tested. You know what I'm saying? You got to believe that you can achieve and do those things, but it's the overcoming those tests that's gonna actually put you in the right realm. So embrace it. Be ready for that. Be ready for that. When it comes, just know that it's a part of the process.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a nugget that I like to share with folks. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it has substance. Make sure you're called out to do it. And be ready for those dark moments. Be ready for the dark moments, because when you come out of it, it just makes the process way more beautiful.
Man, that is beautiful, brother.
Yeah.
And what's great about it, I know you guys felt that, right? As you think it's something that you want to do, whatever motivates you, you got to be ready to go through that valley. You got to be able to stand up under pressure.
Turbulence.
That's how diamonds are made.
Mm-hmm.
And once you're able to stand up to pressure, you have your result.
That's it. That's it. For sure, man. Definitely appreciate it.
And bro, it's been fun, bro. It's been fun, man. And I definitely look to come back again one day soon, man, and follow up and see what's going on with you. But one thing for sure, we're gonna check out that music.
For sure, no doubt.
Sir.
And that's the passion, you know. This is a calling. But anybody who truly knows me, my passion is the music. Using my voice, from producing the music to putting the vocals down to even helping other artists, you know, creating that energy. So one of my biggest inspirations right here from this city is Pharrell, you know,
Yeah.
and then you got Timbaland, and even when I was in Connecticut, I was so fascinated by what they were doing, not even realizing they were right here in Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
And then I ended up moving to Virginia Beach and learning that these guys that I looked up to was right here in this city. And, you know, so I forgot to actually mention the Pharrell part earlier, because he's another person that took the music and then he put his foot into the fashion.
Yes.
And created a whole culture. Like, the guy literally got black kids all over the nation wanting to skateboard and dress like skaters and stuff.
Yeah.
That started right here in Virginia Beach, you know. Even had like Lil Wayne and all them doing it, you know what I'm saying? So just to be in an area with so much influence, it's a blessing, and you know, I'm just paying it forward, man.
And we appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah.
So without further ado, y'all, let's check out this Henmusik. Don't stop.
Money on the way, just trying to build a dream in the city, and my team coming with me, and no man is gon' hate. All these quick invested since then, we've been doubling. No more struggling. I'm humbled when I get it. It's for my BMI, ass cap, C-set. Sound exchange to get you out the trap, man. It's more than rap, man. There's business involved, and if we handle it correct, then we all can evolve. And to the rappers on the block, I got love for all of y'all, but there's ways to get this money without breaking the law. So I'm out here in the streets, and I'm grinding every day. And after I pray, I'm laughing straight to the bank, cause I got money on the way. Just trying to build a dream in the city, and my team coming with me, and I'm haters go, hey. Always quick to run it down, but I ain't hear what they talking about. Money on the way. Just trying to build a dream in the city, and my team coming with me, and I'm haters go, hey. Always quick to run it down, but I ain't hear what they talking about.
Hey, thank you once again for tuning in to this episode of Talking Fat. And remember, faith for all individuals that hustle. That sauce, y'all, is phenomenal. That sauce was phenomenal. And give my man some thumbs up. Make sure that you come out and tell him where you're located, brother.
Oh yes, thank you. I'm located Lynn Haven Mall, Virginia Beach, Virginia. I mean, literally less than 10 miles from the Virginia Beach oceanfront. Hey, and if you can't reach here in this area, I'm also online, faithclothingbrand.com. I don't know when this is coming out, but right now we revamping. You could still go up there, but there's going to be a lot of new drops getting ready to come in the next couple of weeks. Today, as we're filming this, but this is October the 9th. But yeah, faithclothingbrand.com. If you're in the Virginia Beach area, pull up. I'm here pretty much 7 days a week. I'm in and out, sometime. But yeah, holla at me. There's nothing better than actual being able to have that physical touch and look a man in his eye.
Thank you for taking time to tune in to Talking Fat. As we know better, we must do better. Because action of knowledge leads to power. If this content has been useful to you, please like and share. Tune in again. Peace and blessings.
Peace and love, everybody. It's your boy, Antoine Henderson, also known as Henmusik, owner of Faith Clothing Brand for all individuals that hustle. And I have been talking fat.
Peace.